The Tilt Interview.
And we are live. Welcome, gentlemen. We have 50% of the Failsafe with us this evening. Introduce yourselves, guys, for those that are now watching.
Hi, I'm Caio Thomas. I'm the guitar player from the Failsafe.
And I am Chad, Big Chad. I am the drummist for the Failsafe.
Excellent. Welcome to Tilt, gentlemen. Today I listened to, and funnily enough, that's the acronym for it. Also reminds me that today I learned that as well.
Yeah.
That when I found out it was just you two coming on, I had no idea about 4-chord story until this afternoon.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
bit of a different project. Uh-oh.
That's okay. We can get to that because there's a lot to talk about this evening. So, first and foremost, guys, how are you both?
Alive and living. Can't complain.
Excellent.
Yeah, doing good, man. I just moved into a new apartment last week, so
oh god, it's got to be hell straight after the tour as well.
Yeah. Chad helped me move too, and like he's a fucking saint. He's helped me move twice this year.
Twice.
That's another story, but yeah, I'm just enjoying the new place, and yeah, it's been good.
Excellent.
He also decided to move on like one of the hottest freaking days of the year. So it was like 98 degrees out. There's sweat where there shouldn't be sweat coming out of places. And it was just
we've been
pooling in areas where you'd rather they wouldn't be.
Yeah, I didn't powder in the appropriate places that morning.
I'm a big guy myself, so I can relate. It's one of those things that we unfortunately have to deal with, isn't it?
I like being a big dude, but at the same time, whew.
Oh yeah.
It's been like the hottest June we've had in Minnesota here in like forever. It's crazy.
So you've had like sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, you're both in Minnesota at the moment then?
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's been like, what was it, Kyle, like 12 days consecutively of it being 90 plus degrees or something gnarly like that, which is like very uncommon for June in this neck of the woods.
Wow.
Yeah. Is it Fahrenheit? Yeah, I know you're probably used to Celsius, but I don't even know what it is Celsius.
That's fine. I do get it when you say 90. To be perfectly honest, if you say 90 degrees, I know what you mean. If someone turns around and says it was 32, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
In my head, it doesn't work. You know, we may have different weights and measures in the UK, but some people use kilograms, some people use pounds and ounces, and don't get me started on feet and inches and other things.
Yeah.
I just know if something's this long, that's what I'd say when I walk into B&Q. I need a shelf, needs to be about that big. I don't measure anything else like that. Anyway, I don't know why I said that. So the Failsafe. Like I said, so 50% of you here this evening. Thank you very much for joining. I won't ask where they are, but I'm sure they're doing something very, very important because it's just me. I'm just a small site little dude on the radio. But
we definitely appreciate the opportunity to come talk to you. So thank you.
Oh no, I should be thanking you guys because, to be perfectly honest, since I first listened to one of your tracks, I played it on I think it might have been my second episode. I have been actually listening to quite a lot of your back catalogue, and it is fantastic.
Well, thank you.
I jumped onto your Twitch live stream, and like I said, the ladies who are part of the Tilt Legion, if you can see it on the Tilt Legion,
awesome!
They absolutely adore you. So shout out to Doreen, Wanda, and Shannon, yeah. I always do that. I do apologize, Shannon, because it's the CH and my UK southern tongue goes chip, So.
Yeah, those three are some of our biggest fans for sure, and they really helped us out quite a bit in different ways. But so Shannon and Wanda live in South Carolina, and Doreen actually flew across the country to South Carolina to go see us play when we played there. It was our first show on the tour that we did, and so got to meet them and yeah, it was a good show.
So I was going to ask about that actually, because May here in the UK and quite a few of the other places was still technically on a more or less lockdown depending on where you were, but obviously you're out doing were they social distanced meetups?
Oh, like the shows we played?
Yeah.
Not
really. Yeah, they were. I mean, I don't know if they were supposed to be, but they were
There-
not.
There was a
That's
couple
fair enough.
venues that wanted people to wear masks when they were moving about, or yeah, but for the most part, it's pretty much, no one was giving a shit about anything.
That's cool,
It
man.
was just
I
like a
mean,
normal show.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was like getting back to a bit of normality. Everything felt
Yeah.
pretty good. And the fact you're on stage looking like, I mean, I saw the videos that they put up, looked like you guys were really enjoying yourselves. And I'd have been psyched to be there because although I think it was Wanda put up quite a few videos through Twitter, you can never quite capture the sound properly on a mobile phone.
No.
It sounded tinny, and it was like, oh my god, that sounds terrible. But of course it doesn't sound terrible because I'm not there, But you guys,
Yeah.
you had a fantastic time. Apart from obviously the ongoing issue with the van. Chad's face says it all there. Go on. I'm sure if there are any stories, we're going to hear one now.
Oh man. So we were, all right, we'll just throw it out there. So we had a couple of vehicle changes going. We were supposed to get a van. There was an issue with the van that fell through and some other stuff. And so then we were promised this RV, and we were told that the guts of it, like the mechanics of it, should be sound and get us through the tour. It did not look pretty. It was definitely one of those where like, oh, based on physical appearance, maybe she's got a good personality. And that's what we were hoping.
Was it like the Simpsons old RV back in the day?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah. I think it was
Call of the Wild.
1988.
Yeah. And so me and Kyle, we initially loaded up my truck because we had to pick up the RV in Illinois, which is not a big deal because it was on our way to go pick up our singer and go to the first show. Mm-hmm. So we load up my truck, we get to Illinois, we load everything in the RV, and we make it to South Carolina. Like it took us, I think, 2 days, but we made it. The thing wouldn't go over 65 miles an hour just because it couldn't.
Right.
But still, we made it there. And then we pick up our singer and his girlfriend, and we head to the first show, and we're on the freeway, and all of a sudden I'm just like, I have zero power, guys. I am floored, and this thing is just not moving. And so long story short, we had to pull over a couple times, but we limp it to the first show, make it to the first show, but we can't make it to the second show. We just have no power. There's nothing going on. So we end up missing the second show while going to an RV repair shop to spend pretty much the whole day there. But they were the biggest sweethearts in the world. Shout out to what was I can't remember the name of them. Remember, Kyle?
It's like a Carolina diesel, or man, I forget what it is.
We'll have to Google it and tag.
But just the biggest. Yeah, just the kindest people, and they ended up like, for as long as we were there, they definitely charged us. Like they could have charged us more, and they didn't. So they were really trying to help us out, and it was awesome. And then we thought we were fixed. We thought we had found the problem. We thought we were good to go. At this point in time, we don't really trust the RV anymore. So we were going to go drive back to Illinois to drop off the RV, to re-pick up my truck and get a trailer and just finish the tour that way. Mm-hmm. But on the way back, I forget, we were in Kentucky, I think. Kyle?
Yeah, so it's about midnight, and we're going through the mountains in southern Kentucky, and we're driving up this hill on the interstate, and then all of a sudden we just the engine just goes dead. Damn. Like, and we have to like make an emergency stop on the side of the road
before you roll backwards.
Yeah.
And so Chad pulls us over, pretty skillfully, I might add. And then we're sitting there hoping we don't get like sideswiped by cars flying by, because it's pitch black out and they don't see us there, and our battery's dying, so the lights are going dim, and so we're sitting there trying to like see if we can get it started again, and it's not working. We end up calling a towing service to come, and
you had phone service at least.
Yeah, thankfully.
And then me and we're actually like, we couldn't get out the door of the RV while we're there because it was pressed up against a guardrail. And so me and Jesse were the only ones, athletic enough, I guess, to like get out the window of the RV.
You see the
And
way
so
he said that, Chad? I think we know what he means, don't we?
It's a fat joke. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I tried to put it as nice as I could.
Hey man, well done. Don't worry. It's
Yeah.
cool.
But yeah, so me and Jesse are out there in front, like, and we've got our phone flashlights on, just like waving it like at the cars driving by so they know not to hit us.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're sitting there for like, probably took us like 2 hours or so
It's like 2.5 hours. Yeah.
for the tow to come. And then we got a taxi and went to this shitty like motel in this town in bumfuck nowhere, Kentucky. and then yeah, so we spent the night there. And
is bumfuck nowhere actually on the map?
It should be.
Yeah.
Because that's where we were.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Anyway, that's not Kentucky, but yeah. First thing I thought of. I'm sorry. Carry on.
You're right. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get any fried chicken while we were there, so
No, that's just
No.
it's just called
Yeah.
fried chicken there anyway, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. So then we end up getting to this RV place. The next day we had it towed there again. It was like a dual tow thing. And they just start like working on one problem to see, because I guess that's the way it is with vehicles. I'm not a mechanic. I mean, so a lot of times you have to troubleshoot. You got to fix something to see if that's the issue. And if that's not something, then you got to work on the next thing.
A cascade effect, yeah.
Exactly. So they start doing that. And after about $1,500 worth of us pumping in money to fix this thing, we're like, we can't do it anymore. Like we can't afford it. We got to get on the road. So basically what we ended up doing is ditching the RV at the RV shop. We ended up renting 2 U-Hauls because we tried to rent like a van, but because of like there's actually like a car shortage on car rentals here in the United States, because during the pandemic they were selling them off to make money. So there's actually a car shortage.
Wow, that's something I didn't know though.
Yeah. And so no one would let us take a car from one state to the other. We all had to bring them back to the same location. The only place that would let us take a vehicle from one place to the other is this company called U-Haul. And they don't rent cars. They rent like trucks, moving trucks. And so we rented a 15-foot and a 20-foot moving truck, which we didn't need. But it was the only way we could get all 4 of us back to Illinois to pick up my truck, to get a trailer and finish off the tour. So like the first 5 days of the tour felt like 5 years. It was ridiculous. And somehow miraculously, we only missed 1 show. Despite all that craziness, there was only 1 show we didn't make.
So that is, what's the equivalent of that round trip then, just for those 5 days? How many miles was that?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man, it was probably, well, it was about 1,000 to go pick up Jesse. Or no, that was from Illinois to get Jesse. So then there's like another
like
1,500 miles
plus that,
to Illinois. Yeah, so it was probably like 2,500 miles or something.
Yeah. When did you sleep exactly?
There was like very little sleep had those few days. Like
those few days, we didn't sleep much at all.
Yeah.
But like the videos show you absolutely buzzing. So I think obviously you must have been pumped when you just got on that stage and just boom, straight in.
Oh, there was nothing
that's
better.
Like all you could do. Like it was just like, honestly, I feel like that whole RV experience like almost kind of fundamentally changed me as a person, to be like nothing can like be worse than that, and I got through that. So like
you'll never watch
I could just
yeah. No, it was but the great thing is after that, like no issues. I mean, little, I don't even think little crap popped up, but like my truck ran like a champ. We had the trailer, every show was made on time. Regardless of the crowd size, I think we played fantastic every single night and improved upon it. And like personally, like it was one of the funnest things and most rewarding things I've done as a musician and as a person, because you're a musician growing up, like I want to tour, like you want to get to that point, and good Lord, it took me 36 years to get to that point, but I finally got to that point, and it was just such a thrill to be able to jump on. Granted, the driving got a little monotonous, but even still, like driving to a new state to play your music in front of a new crowd, and just that experience to me will just forever be just something amazing. Like, I loved it.
So this was your first official tour then?
Our first legit tour in this band, and I think for all of us, our first legit tour period, like as musicians.
And when's the next one?
We're working on it. We can't really say anything yet, but there's definitely some stuff in the works.
Definitely making sure you get the top of the range vehicle first.
Man, we learned a lot on this tour. We learned a lot of what to do, but we also learned a lot of what not to do.
Yeah.
And so they're only going to get better from here, I think. But yeah, like, just because something's free and seems like a good idea, don't trust it. That's
Oh no, no such thing as a free lunch. That's the
no.
Exactly. It'll come back to get you some way.
Yeah.
But so apart from the fact that you still pulled through your fantastic tour, you got back, you're buzzing, and now it seems daft that like I still think this sounds like the most stressful thing out of that was actually moving house.
Moving house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done it a few times myself.
Well, I would move any day over that whole RV situation. But,
well, like you said, you've done it twice already this year. You've only toured once, so
Yeah.
I definitely think that means obviously that the house moving is clearly easier.
He's on his own if he moves again this year. I'm done. He's earned up his friend points.
Absolutely. I mean, he's already said you're not athletic enough, so
No, seriously, what the hell, Kyle? Making fun of me?
Well, you're a power lifter, Chad, not a sprinter.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yep. Wish I could say the same for myself, but no, unfortunately. But there we go. So, that was great. Obviously, finding out about the tour and interest in that. Let's talk about how the Failsafe first originally started out. The daft thing is when I first played your track and started to research you online, I typed in the Failsafe, and the first thing that popped up was Failsafe, which was a band in the UK. I read halfway through that bio and thought, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. So
yeah,
I've heard before that there's been situations when bands have made names and then they've decided, oh, this is a really good one, and they've had to change it literally because somewhere someone's got a band name the same.
Yeah, well, I guess it's not exactly the same because we're the Failsafe.
Yeah,
we have the in there to
as
save
far
us.
as I know, that other band called Failsafe is no longer active, and they haven't been for like 5 years or something.
Yeah, no, there's some tragic events in regards to that I found out.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, I've not actually heard that band play, unfortunately. Doesn't mean I won't, still go back and listen to it. But we're talking about you tonight, so sorry.
We are the stars. No, it's funny.
You guys are stars, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll just kind of jump in here and just kind of get, I guess, set the initial kind of background. So me, Kyle, and Jesse, we used to play in another band together called the Phoenix Philosophy.
Oh, all right.
And long story short, we just kind of had artistic differences with our guitar player, and we kind of went our separate ways. But the three of us really still wanted to play music, and we wanted to kind of take things a little bit heavier and take things a little bit more aggressive. Now, the funny thing is that in the Phoenix Philosophy, Caio was actually on bass.
Right.
He's a fantastic bass player, but he's a way better guitar player. Not dismissing his bass ability, but his instrument is guitar. Yeah. And so immediately we were like, Kyle, you're on guitar. I actually wanted to play bass, but like an overwhelming consensus was like, no, you sit your big ass back down on the drums and you don't move. Nice. It was basically what I was told. But the riffs just started coming. Like Caio and Jesse are just like this, magical songwriting duo. I mean, I'll throw some stuff in there from time to time, like, might get a nod or whatever, but like Caio and Jesse just have this kind of connection. And these riffs just started coming, and these songs just started coming, and we were like, holy crap, this is yes. And so it was go ahead.
We had the whole first album, Erase in Color, like all basically written, tracked, and recorded within like the first 6 months, I think, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So going from like, hey, we should start a new band to having a complete album written in 6 months was, I mean, I can't speak on behalf of other bands, but that seemed pretty quick to me.
Well,
Like in terms of,
from an outsider's perspective, that's massive. That's incredible.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're getting to the points where like we're working on the album and we're like, hey, we kind of need a bass player, and so that's mildly important element. And so we tried out a couple people and it just didn't click. And then Jesse knew Benno from another project and invited him down. And I mean, from what I remember, he just killed it.
No, nice.
Just nailed the parts.
I remember it was kind of funny story because I told him like what our tuning was that we played in, and he was kind of confused by it. So he like came in and he actually had his bass tuned to the wrong like tuning, and he learned how to play like all the songs that way. And I'm like, there's something not right here, like, but it still sounds pretty good, like. And he's like, oh yeah, you wanted me to tune like this? I'm like, no, this is supposed to be this other way. So you got to tune how this is and relearn everything.
But the funny part was, even in the wrong tuning, he had it down. I mean, like, at least way better than anyone else that came down. And I don't remember if we tried him out again or had him come down again. It's kind of a blur at this point in time.
No,
but
I don't even think we did. We were like, yeah, he's kind of the guy.
Yeah.
So,
had the vibe, had the attitude, had all that stuff. And so we're just kind of like, all right, man, welcome to the club. And then proceeded to finish off the record and start playing shows. And that was that. So, yeah, I mean, we came from, which I'm sure is pretty common, the downfall of another band.
Yeah.
Rebirth another band. And it's, better in many, many ways, in my opinion. So.
It seems to be. To be honest, I've been doing this particular show for this will be episode 11, I believe, coming on Tuesday. And when I research a lot of things, a lot of the bands do actually come from remnants of other ones, and it always does seem to be people that are do know each other. Like you said, he brought Benno in from another project that he knew about. So it's as if you were all aware that you were available in a way. So when it works together like that, and then you meld and the sound just comes together, then you've got lightning in a bottle, and it sounds fantastic. So well done to you there. It's great.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Thanks.
No, it's interesting. Sometimes like with bands, it's almost like a tryout process, even being in a band. Like you work with you're in a band and you realize, all right, 3 of you suck, but one of you, I can tell you're determined. Let's start a new project. And then you start a new project with that person, and you're like, all right, the 2 of you suck, but you still have passion, so we can do that. It's kind of like an interesting, like, you almost kind of build your own all-star group as you progress through bands throughout your time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what this was, me and Caio have played in several different bands together and realized that we're serious and dedicated about this. And then we got introduced to Jesse and his band and kind of weeded out the dead weight and kind of got to where we needed to be. And crap, we hope we found a winning ticket. I mean, time will tell, but I mean, I feel this is the best I've felt about a band in terms of it being a well-oiled machine from a musical standpoint, from a business standpoint, from a managerial standpoint. Like this is, at least for me, the most well-run band I have been in, period.
From a touring standpoint.
From just many, many different things. Yeah.
The story itself of the tour sounds like hell, but you still persevered and you still pushed through because you wanted to.
Oh yeah.
It makes you wonder how many bands that went on their first tour just literally just packed up and thought, what's the point, and just went home. But you didn't.
True.
No.
Yeah, like that. Honestly, that first tour experience is like, it's pretty transformative. It's kind of the great filter, I think, that weeds out, the bands who, really have what it takes versus don't have what it takes, kind of thing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
As I said, what I do is we bring up a little section called Tilt Your Head Back, which sounds a bit like this.
Tilt your head back.
Cool.
That's my wife's voice.
Nice.
Got to point that out. So yeah, what we'll do is, like as we said before, we'll go back onto a track from, and I've, God damn it, I didn't write it down. What was the debut album's name again? Sorry,
Erasing Color.
Erasing Color.
that was
Yeah.
it. We discussed this during the last week, and you said that one of the tracks you'd be obviously looking back on would be Left for Dead. So give us a quick rundown why you chose that particular track and what it means to you.
Yeah. So basically, it was our first ever video that we shot as a band. And it was kind of like it was like, I think it was mainly written by Jesse, and it was originally intended to be a Phoenix Philosophy song.
Right.
And it was a little bit less heavy in its original form, but then we kind of, fail-safed it up, and then it became the song it is today. And, we felt like it was one of our strongest tracks initially. And so we're like, yeah, let's shoot a video for it. And yeah, that's kind of the story behind it.
Short and sweet. Excellent.
Yeah,
Go on,
it's kind of sentimental because like we take pride in doing everything that we can in this band on our own as much to our ability, and so this was like our first video that we shot by ourselves, that we edited by ourselves, that we put together by ourselves. So it kind of holds a special place to where like we were it was a completely self-driven thing, and so we took a lot of pride in that.
That's brilliant though. So yeah, I mean that's got to be an achievement and a half. I was flicking through the other day, and actually I thought the opening track, Down with the Wreckage, that kicks ass straight off. I mean,
that's a heavy tune. That's a fun tune.
And if you're going to open up because that's a debut album, if you're going to open up a debut album with something like that, what a way to kick off. Yeah.
We've been closing out our set actually with that.
That's what we opened with. Yeah,
I got it confused. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, but you're totally right. They all become a blur at some point in time.
It's cool, man.
Yeah.
I've listened to so many tracks in the last few days. I literally had to bring Spotify up just to remember which bloody one I was talking about. So I do apologize for that. Like I say, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna call myself the biggest diehard fan, because obviously we've already mentioned the ladies. So I'm not gonna step on their shoes. Jesus. I know for a fact if Doreen's gonna fly over to come and see you guys play a gig, she's probably gonna fly over to kick my ass if I said I'm a bigger fan than her. I'm not doing that.
No.
The Tilt Interview.
I make all my own sound bites, by the way.
I dig it. I like it.
I don't actually. I'll be honest. I don't pre-program the music. I do actually pay for those. I get all my sound effects from a place, but I put them all together and get the wife to do a lot of the sound. So it's fun. Makes it unique. Makes my show my own. So I know you guys can relate. So
no, I like it. That's awesome.
It's not as great as you, but it's just I'm doing something for myself. But yeah, so that was Left for Dead. Excellent track. Any other stories about that, or just what you've said already? It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like I said, things just move super fast. Like we shot 2 music videos before we even had a record done, which I thought was kind of crazy. Like our first 2 videos we put out there, like the audio was the demo audio.
Right.
And we were just like, we got to get stuff out there ASAP. Now, luckily, our demos, like, not to toot our own horn, but like our demos sounded pretty good to the point where we felt confident to release it. But it was just kind of crazy to wrap my head around in terms of like, we haven't even finished recording the record. We got 2 music videos out that we're proud of, and it was just kind of a surreal but cool thing.
And the second music video was for
Head Underwater.
Right. Yep. Cool. And they are available on YouTube now. Yeah,
they are. Yeah. And now we've re-uploaded them with the album audio now, so they're
excellent. Cool.
They're all jazzed up.
All edited by yourself, yeah?
Yeah. So we've those first 2 ones we kind of we filmed them and edited the videos ourselves.
Yeah.
Didn't really do too much crazy effects or anything on those. So it's just kind of us dipping our feet in the water, and you can kind of see the progression of our videos, seeing how they get more and more kind of advanced as far as the
Yeah. So which one of you guys is the whiz on the editing equipment?
So a couple of them, like our some of our most recent singles, Remind Me I'm Alive and Until I Break, have been edited by a guy named Spencer Olson.
Right.
And he has his own like media production company, and he's like super good with, really awesome looking music video editing techniques and stuff like that.
Nice.
So he actually did those, but me and like we for the ones where we've done them ourselves, like it's mainly been me and Jesse working together to edit them. Yep.
Well, that's because Chad's been too busy moving your furniture, isn't
he? Well, he's our audio engineer actually.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
Yeah. So basically anything audio related in this band I take care of. I have a recording studio in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Fantastic.
So all the records and stuff were engineered and mixed and all that fun stuff by me. So it's kind of like I was saying earlier, we all have our place in the band, you know what I mean? And my place is the audio. Kyle's place is like social media and video editing. Jess's place is like management and just kind of general leadership. And Benno is like our fine tooth comb, and where he just finds the things that we missed, and is like, hey guys, you forgot that, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And so just kind of spinning off what I said earlier, we just collectively know our roles and know what we need to do and stick to them, and it just kind of keeps the the gears running.
So it works like a well-oiled machine then.
Bingo. Yep.
That's good. That sounds brilliant, mate, because the last thing you need is the animosity between members of the band. As long as everyone knows their place and everything flows and you all get to the same goal, it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I thought sounds like bliss, mate. Jesus. So many other bands that could just learn from this, you know what I mean?
Well, it's like I said,
Fleetwood Mac could learn from this.
I mean, it was like I said, there was a lot of other bands that we had to go through to kind of find this magical combination of people. It's just kind of process of elimination and just kind of working towards that thing. But it is kind of funny, just like when you find those people that like I mean, you might get a kick out of this, Kyle, but I almost kind of knew instantly when I first joined a band with Caio, when he first tried out for this rock band that I was in, it was almost instantaneous. I was like, this guy's going to be my friend, and this guy's going to be part of damn near every single musical project I'm going to be a part of from here on out. It was like that instant kind of like, you're stuck with me, dude. I'm sorry. This is going to happen. And lo and behold, that's happened. We've been through like 3 other bands together now since then. And, it's, and I feel the same way about Jesse and Benno now that we've kind of come together to where it's like, these are my ride or dies. We're going to make this work or die trying,
Absolutely, man. I sincerely hope you guys go the long haul. I really do.
Thank you.
And at times, the sound you put out really needs to be noticed as well, especially considering you were still working on music even through last year's lockdown, weren't you?
Oh yeah, that we had to kind of sort of figure out how to be a band even, throughout, because before that, we didn't really put too much effort into our social media back then before the pandemic, and we just tried to focus on playing shows kind of around the Midwest. And then once lockdown happened and then everything we'd had scheduled got canceled, we're like, well, what do we do now? And first we were like,
craft.
we started writing some new tunes and stuff. That went well, and then eventually we were like, well, why don't we really try to push our social media and grow our following? And then like basically I kind of took that up, and I just started following people that followed other bands that are similar to us, and hopefully they'd follow us back and check us out. And then anybody who followed us back, I'd send out a message and be like, hey, we put this new song out, can you go give it a listen? And and it's just been growing and growing ever since. And we've gone from like a few hundred fans to like a few thousand now. So it's
fantastic.
So what are we at now on Instagram? Hang on, because it blows my mind every time I look.
We're almost at 10K on Instagram.
Are we really?
Yeah.
How do I barely even know how to use. See, this is why Kyle is our Lord and Savior, because I barely even know how to use it.
Hey,
yeah, like 9200. Yeah.
I haven't got the first clue how to do Instagram. I can't even work out how to put a bloody picture up. I see people put up like selfies of like 17 different angles, and I'm just trying to work out how to take a picture of my bloody lunch. You know, I'm only 41. You know, I'm aware. I grew up with this with the trend of social media sort of coming in and you know, things progressing. But Instagram was one of those things. It's like I never really bothered with. I've opened this is the second account of Instagram I've opened up, and within the first day, if you press the search button on Instagram, all I get is boobs. I haven't even typed anything in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is that an algorithm thing? Is it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, they yeah, it's sad but true. It's very sad but true.
I mean, boobs are popular, so I don't know if that comes as a surprise.
Boobs and TikTok videos. That is literally Instagram for me.
Yeah.
Not for me. I'm not going to say for me because, like I said, I don't use it. There we go. So, speaking of new music, June 22nd, Us Against the World is due out, and I must say, thank you very much for giving me a sneak peek on that. What a tune!
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.
Go on, give us the world. Tell us about that one.
So yeah, that song, the like original spark of an idea for that song was actually came up by or our bass player Benno came up with it. So he's and it's funny because he's like, I have this idea for a song and it starts with these 3 notes. Da-na-na. But that's all I got. So we literally like took that and then I built the main riff of the song, like starting with those 3 notes.
Wow.
And actually so or it was actually kind of 2 ideas that came together. So like Benno was like, I had those 3 notes and I want a song with that. And then Chad was like, I have this professional wrestler friend who wants a theme song.
Okay.
Like let's try to write him one. And then we all got together at Chad's house, you know, where we kind of do our band brainstorming and recording and stuff. And we wrote, you know, basically the skeleton for that song, like all of us as a group. So that was kind of like a different songwriting process than like what we normally do.
Yeah, it was definitely but cool because that was the first one where it was the most collaborative.
Yeah.
Amongst all of us, like we literally sat down in a room or like, let's try this riff, we're gonna put this, let's try this snare, I'm gonna write this drum part, let's do this. And it was fun. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna work for everything, but like it was kind of a refreshing take on songwriting for us. And I also think it produced a unique Failsafe song. Like it's us, but I mean, I don't, maybe I'm just kind of barking up the wrong tree here, but like it's us, but it's a little bit different than anything we put out before.
Yeah, it's definitely more of like a straight up rocker than kind of the, you know, sort of, you know, post-hardcore kind of sound that we normally have, I guess. It's more something, you know, that like who would I compare it to? Like it's almost like a Avenged Sevenfold song or something. You know, one of their like simpler ones.
Some of your actual tracks do kind of bring that up. It's I mean, like I say, excuse me for just opening a drink here. I go back and listening to a few, and like you can occasionally hear the kind of I don't want to say rock tends to sound the same as you go from band to band, but on occasion you can kind of gather that maybe they're picking up like inspiration from this band here, this band there. I mean, and any bands out there that you actually draw inspiration from?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle, you're the good. Go ahead and throw that out there because you're the.
Yeah, I would say like our kind of main influences are Bring Me the Horizon, A Day to Remember, Papa Roach. Cool. Those are kind of like the 3 bands, I think, or Linkin Park as well. I'd throw them in there.
God,
yeah.
So dare I ask? I've never actually quite worked out the age range of you guys.
It's a decent spread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because so Benno, our bass player, is what he just turned, or what does he know? I forget.
I
I
think
always
he's
forget.
26. Yeah.
26.
Yeah.
Kyle, I always forget.
I'm 29.
You are, yeah, you're correcting it on the 30. And then me and Jesse are the old farts in the band. Like I just turned 37, and Jesse will be turning 37.
Yeah, me and
Here in a little
Jesse's
bit.
birthday are one day apart. So
Well,
yeah.
not to sound like arse kissing here, guys, but there's obviously must be something about the US sun, because you look fantastic. I would never put anywhere near the third, especially for you guys. This beard came in during lockdown because I just couldn't be asked to get rid of it, and the wife loves it. Ignore the gray. It used to be ginger, but
It adds character, man.
Yeah,
It adds
I
character.
said that.
That's a solid beard, man. Yeah.
I
Keep rocking it.
I was having it trimmed, and the guy said, "Do you want me to do something about the grays?" I said, "Yeah, don't touch them."
Yeah.
Leave them alone. I can't grow hair on my head, so you leave my beard alone.
I'm in the same boat. Like, but this is all fucked up. But I cannot grow an epic. I mean, you got a solid beard. I cannot grow a solid beard like that. I mean, you're looking at pretty much what I can do. I was not blessed. I was not blessed with good beard genetics.
The thing is, neither was I. But it just got to a point where I just thought I can't be asked, and it will come. It'll just probably end up doing like ZZ Top style goatee, and then you'll end up with weird mutton chops. And after one or two or three times of dealing with it, you'll have a nice little blend. But
God, I hope so, because I want an epic beard. Damn it, I want one bad. But
it would suit you, man. I can imagine.
Yeah. Well, one thing you could
sitting there with a ZZ Top beard, just banging them drums away.
You guys know what Rogaine is like for like.
Oh yeah,
I've only ever heard it. I've only ever heard it mentioned in Kid Rock.
Yeah, or minoxidil is like
it's like hair growth products. I should probably put that on my face.
You can put it on your beard and it'll help grow your beard.
I doubt they've got it in the UK.
Yep.
There's not much passes here in the UK. We just have to grow our facial hair with sheer determination. Believe me, it's a slow process, but we get there.
It works. That's a great beard. That's a great beard.
Who'd have thought we'd go from talking about music onto beards? But there you go.
Hey, that's the way the world turns.
That's why Jesse's not on, is it? Did he cleanly shave today before coming on?
No, he's been rocking the beard for a while. Like not like a full, like not like a luscious, but that guy's been. We're a pretty beard heavy band. I realized like everyone has a beard or some sort of form of facial hair.
Yeah.
And for me, it's to hide my double chin, but for everyone else, it's to prove their manliness.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and the failed shave, maybe.
Yeah. People tell me I look like I'm 25, and if I didn't have my beard, I'd look like I was like 18. So I needed.
You do have a baby. You do have a baby.
Yeah.
I was looking about some old footage of we were in the X Project. Like I found a picture of you playing guitar in the X Project when you were shaving. I was like, oh my God, you look 12. It was amazing.
Wow. Because I'm getting a bit more fun lately, as I said. Actually, no, stop. I'm not going to play the game yet, because I did say, didn't I? When I found out it was just you two coming on today, I found out about Four Chord Story.
Oh man!
So come on,
yeah,
your little side project there, your acoustic style. Give us a quick run through about that.
So, man, so the idea for Four Chord Story for me has been around for fucking years, like 10 plus years. And it's a real cheesy driving force behind it is that like my parents have always been massive supporters of my music and I love them to death. Mm-hmm. But my parents were always like, can't you play something lighter? Can't you play something a little more mellow?
Yeah, I think almost anybody who plays in like a heavy band, their parents are like, can you guys like make some light music or something?
Yeah.
Like there's even a Day to Remember song where like literally the chorus is like, my mom told me to play some soft songs or something like that. And it's like, so that's kind of what that project is. Yeah. It's our soft songs.
Yeah. So that was not the driving force, but that was a major driving force is like, I kind of wanted to do this for my parents type of thing. And also, it was just a different way for me to be creative because I've played heavy music pretty much my whole life, be it punk rock, metal, all whatever the hell the case may be.
Yeah.
I really love writing acoustic songs, and it just allows me to tap into a different type of emotion, a more personal emotion than I would be otherwise.
Yeah.
And so I had this idea for years, but I didn't necessarily want to be a solo artist. Like I'm more comfortable with other people on stages with me.
Yeah. Bouncing
And
off you.
so yeah, and so like I said before, like when I met Kyle, I kind of knew he was going to be my ride or die. So when the kind of time came to kind of kick Four Chord Story into the next year, there was no question in my mind. I don't even think I asked him. I was like, Kyle, we're going to start an acoustic project, type of thing. And so we teamed up, and I had a bunch of old ones that he made better. We wrote some collectively. Kyle knocked some out on his own, and it was just it's just a really fun, cool, very different from the Failsafe, obviously, but it was just a nice change of pace of something to do differently, just to tap into a different realm of creativity, you know?
Stripping back and just making it easy. Well, I say easier, but then I've had many conversations where actually I've found out that actually the stripped back versions of songs aren't nearly as easy because
there's more exposed.
Yeah.
You can't hide behind layers. Like if you fuck up a note, you fuck up a note and people are going to know it, or like you hit something flat, someone's going to know it, type of thing. So it's a little bit more scary in that regard, but like in a good way.
Here's a true story for you. I started listening to the album this afternoon. I've got fibromyalgia, and I've been having a really bad couple of days, and I had to go and have a lay down, unfortunately. So I put the album on, and man, you guys mellowed me out this afternoon.
Good.
It was nice because it's warm here, and the windows open, cool breeze coming in, just laying on the bed, listening to that. I got halfway through your second song and I fell asleep. Now, see, not to say I fell asleep, so I was bored. I wasn't. It lulled me to sleep, guys. And
no, that's great. I think I take that under a high compliment that we were able to affect you in an emotional way to where you were in a position that you just kind of needed to chill out, and we got you there. So that's awesome.
It was very relaxing. And let me just double check because it's actually called the. So it's chapter 1, 4 chord story.
Chapter 1's the name of the album, and then 4 Chord Story is the name of the project. Yeah,
excellent. So the name 4 Chord Story, obviously, I'm not musically trained myself. Is there a thing behind that? Or?
Well, originally we were gonna call the band C to C because like Caio to Chad, but we learned that was taken by some EDM group in France or something like that, or what was it?
French house group or something
not
that.
CNC Music Factory, no.
No,
like literally like C and then the number 2 and then C.
Oh, yeah. That rings a bell now. Yeah.
So then, I think our Chad, he wanted to call the record 4 Chords and a Story.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what if we just cut out some of the fat in there and just call the band 4 Chord Story?
Yeah, because there's a mentor of mine that I was working with not growing up, but cutting my teeth in the music industry in the recording world. And he was just like, we were talking about producing, and he's like, all you need, and it was one of those quotes that just stuck in my brain. He's like, all you need is 4 chords and a story.
Mm-hmm.
And that just stuck with me so bad. And so like, I knew I was going to either have a record named after that or something like that. And lo and behold, the band became named after that. But
there's so many of the biggest pop and rock songs of all times, and they just have 4 chords in them. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
There's there's an actual thing on YouTube. You probably know this one.
Is it with the Australian guys?
Yeah.
Axis of Awesome or something like that, or
Axis of Awesome, yeah. And they the three chord video.
So damn good.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's amazing. It's one of those things like when you can replay a video over and over again and still be like, wow.
Yeah.
And they just go for the whole damn thing. It's just mental.
No, I went to a show last night. I went to go see a Sublime cover band because I like my old school punk and I like my ska and stuff like that. So I went to a Sublime
Oh,
cover
that's
band
why
show
you're
last
telling
night.
me we should start a ska band.
Yeah, that's where I was. That's why I was texting you at 3 a.m. saying like, Kyle, we're starting a ska band. But they did a very similar thing to where they just took like the same 3 chords
Yeah.
and threw in like old school songs, pop songs. It was like a 10-minute thing, but it was so well done.
Wow.
It was just it was very much like the Axis of Awesome type of thing. And I was like, that is so dope. I love that. It was super cool.
It's fantastic when a band can just mix things up like that and still just
Yeah.
yeah, it's incredible. I myself unfortunately do not get out, so yeah, I don't get out. I say 1998 was the last time I saw somebody play live, but I am actually going to see live a show in August in the UK. We'll be in Bolton watching the Shed Project. So
Nice.
they're good. They literally are called, when it comes to names, they're called the Shed Project because they made and produced music in their shed.
There we go.
Amazing. That's all we need, isn't it? Fantastic. So you can check out Four Chords Story on all digital platforms now. Highly recommended. Definitely a chill out thing. And with the summer days being as they are, perfect music to sit and chill to after the barbecue's got cold and you've got a beer next to you. What do you say?
There you go.
Yeah.
Amen.
The only thing I'd add to that is if you're gonna lull yourself to sleep with it, just put it on repeat so that it keeps playing when you're sleeping, and then we get more streams.
It will. It will. Don't worry. So, guys, as I said before, I can't remember if I actually pressed record before I'd said this, but you did your Twitch acoustic stream back in April, and I jumped on that, and well, I must admit, I jumped on that and kept talking about my show like a complete git. So, apologies for that, but you are here, so I achieved something.
It worked. You got us.
And as Jesse, who is unavailable this evening, did say, he does love the UK, but he never understands Cockney. So I made a game for you guys this evening. I'm going to try and see if I can get this to move over. So bear with me a second while I share my screen.
Yep.
Do the failsafe. Understood.
So, gentlemen, here we are with the game. Do the failsafe. Understand Cockney rhyming slang. With true-born Cockney, Richard Isles. Yes, I am actually a true-born Cockney. In all technicality, I was born within the sound of the Bow Bells in London. However, apparently, if they stop ringing somewhere in like 1969, and anybody I born after that isn't a Cockney, so it's down for whatever. But for the sake of the evening, I'm going to go a bit more Cockney for you now, so I can see how we do. We have 15 questions, gentlemen.
Holy crap. Okay.
And we're going to see how well you do this evening, because we also have some really cool things. So here we go. Question 1, apples and pears. Do you know what apples and pears is in Cockney rhyming slang? The clue is up the apples and pears to Bedfordshire.
Oh, man.
So, careful, lads. Have had too much to drink. You don't want to go arse over tit on the apples and pears.
I'm just mesmerized by how cool it sounds. I'm not even sure what it means. I'm just digging it already.
So I know the premise of Cockney rhyming slang is like they took words that rhymed with other words and then kind of just replaced it, and then that became the slang, right? So it rhymes with something.
Yeah.
That.
So you got the premise down.
Yeah.
Give it a go. What do you think apples and pears is?
It makes me think of like a road or something, but
Well, you said you don't want to go tits up on the apples and pears. Like, to me, that's like a drinking reference. Like, I'm feeling like it's a drinking reference potentially.
Well, that particular line, I could do right. Up the apples and pears to Bedfordshire. So I'll tell you, I'll give you this one. So Bedfordshire, take off Fordshire at the end, up the apples and pears to bed.
Oh, does that mean, ooh.
Unless you live in a single floored apartment, then you don't go up the apples and pears.
okay, so pears is stairs.
Yes. There we go.
Stairs. Oh.
Right.
That was a way
What
cooler
the
way
fuck
of
do they have
saying it.
apples for? Like what?
Mate, look, I'm aware of Cockney. I have no idea how it came about. I didn't bother researching that, and I wasn't about to. So, so we're just gonna have a. I'll give you a point for that. Let me mark these down. So I'll give you 1 point for that.
That might be the old one we get. Good job, Kyle. Well done.
So 1. Question 2. Jam jar. And
Oh, I need a clue.
the clue for jam jar is, where'd you leave the jam jar?
Where'd you leave the damn car?
I will give you a credit for that because it is car.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, no, that's a good one. Right.
damn, Kyle. You're
Think
on fire.
Think about it this way. Not all of them are based on the first word. So jam.
okay. So
jar-
the second word is the important one. Okay.
yes. Yeah. Number 3.
Jam jar. That's awesome.
Pony and trap. Mate, today has been really pony and trap.
Mate, today has been really crap.
Boom. Nice one. Yeah, so that can be
Jesus.
reduced to mate, I feel proper pony today, you know.
So, yeah.
If you ever do venture down to London and you're in like the most East London of towns and someone says, "Oh mate, you better get on stage. These guys are acting right pony," you know, you think, okay, fair enough. So butcher's hook. She gave me this weird butcher's hook, mate.
Chad, you got
Like
this
a-
one?
I want to say it's like a dirty look or something like that, or some sort of inappropriate.
I think it's just look.
like a look. Yeah.
You boys you're catching on
Yeah.
well done.
All right.
Yeah.
We're on 4 for 4. You are doing well. Excellent. Dog and bone.
That's a great picture.
Yeah, the wife put this together actually. So dog and bone wouldn't shut up. I have to switch it off.
The phone wouldn't shut up.
Yeah. Boom.
Man, Kyle, you're on fire. This is insane.
Do you
Like, now that I get how it works,
remember? Did you have one of those phones over in the US?
My grandma did, and I remember calling home on that thing. It took 6 years to dial a number. Yeah.
Especially if she had many zeros and nines, eh?
Oh man, it was brutal.
And you get one digit wrong, you have to start all over again.
Yep.
Yes. Incidentally, while we're on, why were the cords in the US so much longer?
Oh, that's a great question.
I mean,
they were definitely. I mean, because you could walk like throughout 2 rooms.
Exactly. All the comedies of the 80s had the people walking out of the room absolutely wrapped around these things.
Oh yeah. That's a great question. I don't know.
Incident.
No clue. Yeah.
The first mobile phone, technically.
Yeah.
Skyrocket. See if you know this one. Tickets are in my Skyrocket, mate. Don't worry.
Tickets are in my pocket.
Pockets. Good one. Oh, do you know what? I did say I wanted to stick the swear words in. The wife said no. But, you know, we've had crap, so there we go.
This is a wholesome content here.
Rubber dub. Going down the rubber dub for a few after work.
Oh, the pub.
Excellent.
I wish we called them pubs out here. We call them bars, which is not as cool as pub. Like pub seems way more cooler.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather go to the pub than the bar.
Have you got any bars over in the US with interesting names?
Interesting names?
Yeah. I can think of 2 that I was aware of where I used to live down in Croydon. We had one called the Pheasant Plucker. And after many years, they had to change the name to the Pleasant Pheasant because apparently it caused some ruckus.
Oh, jeez.
And the other one was called the Nowhere in Particular, which I thought was fantastic.
That's pretty good. I don't know, man. I can't think of anything that's like. I mean, there's some coolish names, but nothing that rivals like that level of creativity.
Yeah, we need creativity over here just to get you guys in. You know, all you do is just you put up a Hooters and sell hot wings, and everyone's in.
There's a cool place called Up Down.
All right.
That's basically you go in there and it's just like an arcade of old video games, and you can get beer there and stuff like that. So I mean, it's kind of creative, like Up Down, in terms of like you're moving the controllers. But
the bar is called Up Down, and in the part of town it's in is called Uptown. So
Up Down Uptown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. I think we got one like that in Manchester that cropped up recently. I've always wanted to go, but I can just imagine loads of drunk people just sitting over playing pong.
It's basically what it is.
Plates of meat, mate. My plates are throbbing. I've been in them all day.
Shoes.
No, that doesn't rhyme.
It doesn't rhyme. I'll have to go with your
it's gonna
first
rhyme.
answer. Sorry, Chad. It was feet.
Damn it.
Yeah.
We'll have to mark it
Oh,
down for
meat
that
feet.
one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
No, but
Damn it.
you're in the ballpark though, mate. So it was good. Ruby Murray. Fancy a Ruby? Generally the kind of thing you'd probably get after the rubber dub dub. May not be a US thing. It's definitely a choice over here of this or
Ruby.
something else.
What rhymes with Murray?
I'm gonna
I don't
have
know.
fun putting the sound effects on this. I'm trying to work out whether I'll do Jeopardy
Yeah.
or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Ding 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 ding.
But it doesn't always necessarily have to rhyme after the second word. It could be the first.
No, it's definitely no, it's definitely not. So I'll give you 5 seconds. 4,
Save
I don't
us.
know this one.
2, 1.
A meal.
Oh, it is a meal. Yes, it's a curry.
Oh.
Okay.
A Ruby Murray. They come in many varieties. So yeah, you get yourself a Ruby after you've been down the rubber dub dub and try not to fall up the apples and pears on the way home.
My mind is being blown right now with all these new terms that I want to start implementing in my life.
Right, there was loads, and we only picked 15. Believe it or not.
That's crazy.
Joe Baxi. Flag us a Joe Baxi. I want to go home.
Taxi.
Let's get that. Yeah.
Nice easy one. That obviously that is a black cab that you find in London, also known as a Hackney.
Oh.
We didn't have many of those in Croydon. We had mini cabs, which tended to be just some dude that showed up outside of nightclubs at 2 a.m. picking up piss heads. So that's how it worked. Nowadays, they're just called Ubers.
Yeah.
Or Lyft. I don't. Pete Tong. Gonna keep it musical, aren't we? Pete Tong. Oh my God, it's gone all Pete Tong.
Wrong.
Boom. Good and excellent. We are flying here, guys. This is excellent. Right, let's see if you can get this one. Grasshopper. No speeding now. There's grasshoppers everywhere around here.
Coppers.
It goes coppers. Yeah.
Yeah. See, do you know what? I didn't think you'd get that because obviously copper being obviously you got cops there.
Yeah.
Or the 5-0. So good one.
The fuzz.
Fuzz.
Yeah.
Fireman's hose. Wow, you seen the size of his fireman's hose?
Nose.
I would say nose. Yeah.
It is nose, yeah. The wife said, should we put a little joke on there saying nothing filthy, boys? But I thought, nah.
That was my second guess.
Barney Rubble. I went to right Barney with my missus.
It's trouble.
It is, yeah.
And I know that one. I know that one specifically from watching
Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11.
Don Cheadle did the worst Cockney after Dick Van Dyke. After shit that film, I just don't understand. He nosed it up. It's like, what are you, Don? What are you saying? But still, it was better than 12, which was absolute crap.
Yeah, 12 sucked. But no, that's funny. I remember that. Okay, good, cool.
There you go. Keeping it musical. Hank Marvin. I'm completely Hank Marvin, mate.
Starving.
Top. We are doing well. So, how did you score, guys? If you'd got
a blue one,
if you'd got a 0 to 5, it would have been welcome to Gatwick Airport, and that's all they'd have said because they wouldn't want to talk to you. 6 to 9, Manchester's up north, mate. You are on 10 to 14. Sorry, mate, don't go south of the river. That's just that's a cabbie joke there. But if you'd have got 15, you'd have been a true Cockney of Pearly King. So, hey, 13 out of 15 isn't bad at all.
Yeah.
That would give you an honorable mention in the Cockney Olympics. Well done, Sarah.
Cockney Olympics. Hey man, all credit goes to Kyle. He figured it out. So well done, Kyle. That was a masterful job.
That was great. That was fun. I'd actually worked out a lot better than I thought it would, because I really thought, they're going to look at this and think this guy's a tool.
No, you should. I think this should be a reoccurring segment. Like if you have American bands or Australian, any other bands that are not from, that level, I think you should do it, just because I think the hilarity of coming up with the different answers would be like awesome. So I keep it up. That one's killer. I
was thinking maybe next time I should do it in like a Blockbusters style, and try and get across the board or something. Or if you've caught anything in the UK, have you ever seen Catchphrase? But,
the game show.
Yeah, that won't work. God, I'd have to edit something up. That would be funny. Maybe next time, if you come on when you do another track, we could do another interview with the four of you. We could all play Pictionary.
Let's do it.
I just try and do something different for everybody that comes on. Mix it up a bit, because at the end of the day, we're going to talk about the music, which is fabulous, and it's just a chill out.
Yeah,
that's how I roll, and that, I think that's great. So,
well, that's why it's a fun thing. I mean, Kyle, you comment on this one. Like, I love joining on interviews, because like it's fascinating to me how you guys come up with your different questions and how to keep it interesting and how to keep it fun. And so like that, I thought the Cockney thing was brilliant. Like I thought that was such a super fun thing to do, and so unique compared to other interview things that we've done.
Thank you.
So I think that's killer, man. Keep it going.
Excellent.
Yeah, I like that. It's definitely a nice little twist there.
Yeah. I'll do this all for free, because
dude, it's awesome. We super appreciate the opportunity to be on talking with you and kind of get exposed to new people and new audiences in a new country, for that matter.
Yeah, exactly.
So we thoroughly appreciate it.
There's a lot of indie talent in the UK here, but I seem to be getting quite a fair bit of traffic over in the US at the moment with my show, which is great. And bringing you guys on just is for me is phenomenal.
Awesome.
I've literally done I've literally circled round with my life. I was going to do the DJing lark when I was 19, but I had to sell all my equipment to pay the rent, and 41 now, and I'm doing it online. So, it's great.
Yeah, man.
It's awesome. Yeah.
It's fantastic. Your music's fantastic.
Yeah.
And the fact that you came on today is great. So,
well, thank you.
We'll say our goodbyes this evening. Thank you very much for the interview. You can obviously check out Us Against the World, 22nd of June. And everything else for now is on all digital platforms, along with Four Chord Story, which is a very good listen, and I would highly recommend that. And gentlemen, thank you very much this evening for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Just a goodbye for everybody now would be great.
All right, take it easy. If it's easy, take it twice.
Yep. Thanks for watching, guys.
Cheers, man. All the best.
The Tilt Interview.